Welcome back to Defenders of the Last Stand. Lightning of the Ancients is the scenario we're playing. It's taken forever, but I'm still having fun. So we have Midnight Pearl's turn. She's right here, South Road, with 3 Raiders, an oil and ammo depot. And we're going to take a look at her cards. Oh, and I do have one correction from the end of the last episode. I forgot to give Frank his 2 cards, his 2 Defender cards. We just went right into the Raider thing. Got all the excitement of beating Bama. So those 2 cards are going to be added to Frank's hand. Those are off the top of the deck, so just to clarify that. Well, right now, let's take a look at Midnight Pearl's cards. She's got a lot of them. Unfortunately, she has no grenade symbols, and she has no grenades and no cross gun symbol, which is good for sabotaging leaders. But she does have 2 shields, though, for Puke. But I almost wonder if we should keep the Puke cards to actually attack Puke, but we could get a special card for cashing that in. But I think we're going to hang on to those cards at the moment. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, of course, we're going to go take a look at Midnight Pearl's play area and see what she's got. Oh, and yeah, we'll take a look at all of her cards and things there. Alright, so at the start of her turn, of course, Jinx refreshes. So that's cool. We have to be able to use Jinx again. You can exhaust Jinx prior to making a test or combat roll to modify all dice rolled by +1. We couldn't use that against the Bomba, of course, but that whole Bomba thing last time, it somehow worked out. We did manage to take him out incredibly. I don't know how we did it. It was just blind luck. 7 actions, of course. Sabotage camps. We don't have a cross-gun symbol to do that. Deadly Blades. She gets to roll 1 extra die against Raiders, not monstrosities or leaders. Mutation resistance, she can spend a karma token, which we don't have anymore. We've been using them all for Lightning of Ancients. She's a backpack. She can carry 14 cards. High octane fuel. She can use a motorcycle cart. Move 3 spaces, but then we have to roll a die. If we roll a 1, this goes away. Radiation resistance, she gets +1 to a radiation resistance check. Toolkit, she can reroll all failed tech challenge dice once. A tech challenge, and she has a supply run to do. She could probably do this, get a common artifact, but again, I don't know if we're going to bother doing that. I think this turn is going to have to be a little bit of looking after some of the Raiders that are populating the board. We've got a couple areas now that have way too many Raiders on them. I think we need to deal with them. Alright, back to the board. We're going to have Midnight Pearl take her turn. Okay, the first thing we're going to have Midnight Pearl do is she's going to start attacking the Raiders right here, right outside Last Stand. We've got 2 Riders and 1 techie mob dude. So we're going to put the dice tray here where we can see it clearly. And she's going to get the extra die for the Road Rage gang. So that's going to give her 3 dice because of her Deadly Blades. 1 for the techies. She needs a 5+ to take out the Road Rage gangs. Frank, of course, because he defeated Bama, only has to roll a 3+. So she's going to be rolling this for dice. We're looking for 5+ on the green dice for the Road Rage gangs and a 3+ for techie mobs. Let's see what we get for her Deadly Blades. And her Deadly Blades aren't very deadly this time. We only took out 1 of the Riders, and that's it. Oh dear. Okay, that's that's not what I wanted, but that's what we got. And she has no grenades, so that was her first action. Kind of a dud. I wonder if we should do that again just to clean them up. We are going to be getting a Raider adjacent to Last Stand every turn now because we're into stage 2B of the game. So let's, I hate to do it, let's spend 1 more action to do another attack. So this time we're going to be rolling 2 green dice, 1 red die. And let's see if we can eliminate these guys. Come on. And, well, we eliminated the techie mob easily, but we did nothing against the Road Rage gang. So these guys are tough. I guess they're a little bit peeved that their leader, Bama, has been destroyed and eliminated, and they're trying to prove themselves. Okay, that's all we're going to do for attacks, I think, right there. I'm going to zoom the camera out. We're going to do a little thinking. I think Midnight Pearl is going to start moving around the board to some other locations. Alright, it looks like Midnight Pearl is taking the hang glider and going for a long ride. We're going to use the Bama card. Of course, Bama is defeated now, so we don't need these dice to attack him anymore. He's eliminated. But we are going to use this card of hers. This lets her move 4 spaces, and she can cross solid lines as well because she's in the air hang gliding. We are going to move 4 spaces. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 right down here to Mist City, because Mist City has 3 techie mobs in it, and we don't really want to have to deal with them. So we're going to zoom down here, and she's going to do an attack. So that was her third action, moving there. Her fourth action is going to be attacking them. Alright, so she's getting ready to attack. We're going to put the dice tray in here. She's going to get an extra die for deadly blades to attack them. So instead of rolling 3 red, she's going to get a bonus die. Alright, so if we need 3 hits of 3+, these guys are generally easier to take out, but we'll see. And she gets 2 of them. Wow, she is not doing super well this time with the deadly blades. Maybe they're getting a little dull after being used so often. Not only leaves 1 at Miss City, and I think we're okay to leave that there. Alright, that was her 4th action. So she has 3 actions remaining. I have to think about what she wants to do next. Alright, road trip. I think Midnight Pearl is going to take her 5th action, do some moving again. She's going to go ahead and take the Bomba motorcycle card. Again, we don't need the Bomba cards anymore, really. And she can move 3 spaces because she has high octane fuel. And so she's ripping out of Miss City on her way 1, 2, 3 to the Madman Villa, where we have a techie mob, a road rage gang, and the all-important scavenge token. She has 2 actions left. I think for her second to last action, she's going to do a scavenge action because this might get her defender cards, it might get her common artifacts or something good. And yes, you can scavenge when there are raiders in your location. You just can't pick up karma tokens when you're with raiders, and you can't attack leaders if there are raiders in with the leader. So we're going to go ahead, readjust the camera, we're going to get down here. She has a scavenge ability of 4, so she's going to be rolling 4 dice to try and see if she can scavenge something from Madman Villa. Alright, let's get out the dice tray, and we're going to be rolling 4 dice. We need a 5 or 6 to succeed at the scavenge. And wow, she hasn't been rolling super well. We've got a 6 though, so that did succeed. She manages to scavenge. So let's see, what did she find? Ooh, this looks good. A common artifact and a defender's. Is that going to focus at all? 1 common artifact and 1 defender's card. Cool, love it. So let's do that. She's going to get a defender's card. I'm just going to grab that off the top. And it is another gas mask. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's just so many of those. She only has 1 action remaining, of course, now. And she gets a common artifact. So let's go ahead and grab a common artifact and see off the top of the deck what it is she finds. We're going to have a total of 4 artifacts and 3 special cards. And she gets another. She's got a double backpack. Hand size. Wow. Just wow. Okay, so she can have a total of 16 cards. I don't think it says you can only have 1 of these. So she has a double backpack. And you can exchange artifacts with other players. So she could, in fact, give 1 of her backpacks to Frank if they ever meet up. All right, she has 1 action remaining. And yeah, I have to figure out what it is we want to do. I think she's just going to move out of Madman Villa, because if you stay in an area with raiders, you can take damage. The other thing she can do is take a wild risk and attack them for her last action, but I don't, well, she could do that, then she could move to the atomic plant. I don't know. I think she's just going to move to White Peak, because then she's adjacent to Crank, although you can't quite see Crank up here. In case she gets across gun symbol, and she can move in there next time on her next turn and take a hit point off him. Alright, we're going to zoom out. We're going to wrap up our episode for today by, of course, she's going to be drawing 2 defender cards, following all the rules on the stage 2B card, and then we're going to recap the leader health points as well. Yes, it's the game that never ends. Alright, we're going to get 2 defender cards for Midnight Pearl. Come on, we need dynamite. We're getting shields and motorcycle cards. Oh my goodness. We need grenades and cross gun symbols, and we're just not getting it. She can have a hand size of 16, so I don't even think we're going to bother counting any of this. These are her cards right now. She's got 3 against Puke. She's got 4 to roll against Crank, 2 against Bramble. I mean, we need all of those, of course, to attack the leaders, so we don't lose the game. We have to defeat them all. And now it is Raider card time, and there's not a thing we can do about this. We just have to process whatever this is. And the very last thing we do after we process the whole Raider cards, we have to place one Raider adjacent to last stand. That's our new rules for 2B. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. Oh, it's quiet. Place no enemy troops and no leader advance. This card fulfills all remaining Raider card draws for this turn. After resolve, we return this card. Remove this card from the game. So boom, absolutely nothing happens. I guess after the dust settled, Bomba got eliminated, things have quieted down quite a bit. So yes, the last thing we need to do is add a Raider adjacent somewhere to last stand. And I think we're going to put, let's put it right here at White Crater. And no, monstrosities do not cause overruns in any way. So they just are out there on the board. Unfortunately, we only have one monstrosity left in the pool. So if we get two monstrosities pulled out onto the board in the next little while, we're going to lose the game. So wow, that was very quick because that card was just nothing much happening. All is quiet on the roads. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Defenders of the Last Stand. A very long game, very fun. And we're playing the Lightning of the Ancients scenario. Of course, we need karma tokens to use it. The only karma token is at Hazard Gulch, which is close enough that Frank might be able to go ahead and get it. And I was promised to tell you the leader health. Bramble, 2 health. The yellow leader up here. We have Crank at 3 health. We've got to smack Crank down, I think, and Puke is at 2. So we do have the leaders at fairly decent health. The Puke combat ability, though, is you have to discard a card at random, +1 for each mutation. So whenever we attack Puke, we're going to have each of our Rangers has to discard 2 cards. Crank's special ability is each time each Ranger at battle. Crank's special ability is the Tech, or the Crank Techie cards, and he's got 4 of them right now. These are all buffs for him when we attack him. Not good. We don't want to have much. And the Combat Bramble skill is attacking Rangers must roll at least 1 unmodified 6, or the rolls. All attack rolls are blocked. So there's that. We want to have a big dice pool for each Ranger to attack Bramble. Alright, that's it. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Continuation, Defenders of the Last Stand. Lightning of the Ancients. It'll be Frank's turn next. And of course, one correction here at the end of the episode. Yes, we use the high-octane fuel for Midnight Pearl. We have to roll a die. On a 1, it goes away. Anything else, we keep it. And she rolls a 5, so she keeps the high-octane fuel. That was a huge, huge gas can of high-octane fuel. Alright, thanks so much. See you next time. Continuation, Defenders of the Last Stand.